guys, how you doing? This is Manga etc. I'm here to make the review for One Piece episode 966, and now let's just get into it. Really, it wasn't a matter of will they add. Yes, add. For anime only watchers, you need to know that the stuff that starts off the episodes, the fights of the Gold Roger pirates versus the White Bit pirates, this wasn't in the manga. It was completely skipped over, and we just go to the bit where we have like Buggy and Shanks and they're discussing Blackbeard and stuff after that. I think there might have been something before that as well, but yeah, basically we skip over the fights. So it wasn't a matter of will they add, will we get these fights. It was a matter of will it be good and what do they add. And now for me personally, going into this as a manga reader, someone who reads the manga, and knowing that whatever was added was not within the kind of material, I kind of went in with my expectations high. And another thing to add to why I had high expectations is that there was like news articles, just blog entries by, I can't remember who they were by, but they were official, and it was basically stating that, oh yeah, in the Oden flashback, when we get to it, stuff will be added that wasn't seen within the manga. So that alone is like, oh my gosh, thought straight away went to this particular moment. So because of that, expectations were high for when we got to this bit. So for me personally, they did just not deliver, and that's simply because what we got was short bursts of fighting sequence. There was a whole lot of them as well, and when there was the opportunity for an exciting fight, it just skipped over to the next short burst. For example, when we see Marco take on Rayleigh, I was like, oh my gosh, Marco's gonna fight Rayleigh, and then next thing you know, we've skipped on to the next thing. I don't think it was the very next thing to happen, but another moment when I thought that this was like, oh my gosh, Oden is fighting Gabon, and I was like, and then we skipped to the next thing. I was like, really? This was the perfect opportunity for the anime to have a full-blown arc of fights. This Gold Roger Pirates versus White Pit Pirates could have been an arc within itself, and you anime only watchers would have been none the wiser and loving it. The only people that would have been any wiser is us, the manga fans, but we wouldn't be complaining because we would be alongside loving it with you. This was a wasted, and that's an understatement of a word, and there should be a stronger word to use, opportunity from the animators completely, because we could have gone everywhere with this. The opportunities were endless, and now I'm not saying that I wanted the full-blown arc of what Gold Roger Pirates vs. White Roger Pirates. Of course I did. But even if you drew it down to just one episode, even if you drew it down to half an episode, even if you drew it down to what it was, time-wise within the episode itself, there's still loads of things that could have been done to make it way better. And I'm going to go through them. Hope you enjoy it. If you've taken it down to just the episode, you should have had short bursts and then a short full fight for Oden. This is the Oden flashback, so Oden should have got a full fleshed out fight within the flashback that we see. So this episode wanted to tease Oden versus Gabon, so give that a full flight so we can see what exactly went on there. Dragging out to the episode or 2 arcs, dragging out to the episode or just 2 episodes in general, you could have had loads of things. You could have had Gold Roger versus Whitebeard. You could have had Rayleigh versus since how they wanted to tease it, Marco fleshed that out fully. You could have had a Gabon fight. Okay, these are fights. These are things I would have wanted to see. A full fight from Gold Roger, Whitebeard, Silver Relays, Gabon, Crocus. Only because, you know, we've known about Crocus from way back, and that he was a member of Whitebeard's crew, so he should have got a full fight. Who else? Marco, Blackbeard versus Shanks should have been a fight we see. Give Buggy a little joke fight as well, because, you know, we've known about Buggy for time, so it would have been nice to see what he was like as a kid before he got his devil fruit ability. That's it. That's all I can think of off the top of my head. I'm putting myself under pressure because I know I'm on the clock right now and I don't want this to drag out as far as possible. But basically, at the end of the day, I did not enjoy it. Well, it was alright. It was a nice little tease. And I feel like they could have done so much more with it. Let me know in the comment section how you felt about it and what fights you would have liked to have seen better. So after the fight was all said and done, we have that thing where we have Shanks and Buggy discussing Blackbeard, and basically what we find out about him is that apparently during the whole ceasefire he did not sleep. So it's just adding to the what the hell is Blackbeard thing, because previously, you know, there's been so much, well not so much, quite a bit said about Blackbeard and, you know, what exactly is wrong with him. The main thing being, why can he have more than one devil fruit ability? We find out all of that, and then we move on to Gold Roger literally begging Whitebeard to let Oden join his crew, and why he wants Oden to join his crew. We have a moment now where we have Gold Roger and he's like, and then I'm gonna, not exactly what I said, but then I'm gonna, I don't know, you know, not blacks out, but we don't hear what he says anymore. Is it a spoiler to say this? But that's the exact same thing Luffy done when he was a kid. When he was a kid with Ace and Sabo. I'm gonna wave, remember that. Now, in this episode, when Gold Roger does that, the silence, or the bit that we don't hear rather, is longer than Luffy's, and I noticed that because it made me think, you know, what they said is not just a short thing. So I did notice that. But regardless of that, the responses are the same. Sabo Ace response and Whitebeard's Oden's responses match up. One of them laughed, one of them was like, huh? What are you talking about, kind of vibe. So that's interesting as well. Another parallel between Gold Roger and Luffy. I was going to say Ace. Luffy. So basically, eventually, Whitebeard is on board with letting Oden join the crew temporarily. You're said to be only to be for a year. So this is where we skip off with Oden now joining the Gold Roger pirates and sailing on with them. So Neko and Dog snuck on board, so they are also present as well. The other member of the Scabbards seemingly stayed with Whitebeard's crew, and now while on the boat, Gabon mentions like, yo, don't get twisted, Roger is only using you now, guys. So basically we just get a sense of how the rest of the crew, it's hinted that it's supposed to be the whole crew, but I really just get a vibe of that it was the rest of the crew didn't take a woman to Oden, and now why I say that is because I'm pretty sure it happened straight after as well. We see the scene where we have Gold Roger holding Oden's children, his daughter, and now I personally feel like if it was just a using thing, if Gold Roger was just using him, then, you know, he wouldn't be so welcoming to his family and interact with them so much. That's the vibe I get anyway. So we have another scene that was, obviously I do believe they went to Jaya, but the scene was definitely not explored, and I liked the scene. It was humorous, and the main reason why I liked it is because it seems to be the beginning moment of when Gabon especially, but the rest of the crew as well, started to warm up to Oden. So I think that was a nice touch to add. It was humorous, and yeah, just a nice touch overall to add. After that, we have the scene where they're all eating Oden together, and I guess within the manga, this was the first time we start to see them warming up to Oden, and that's everything I got to say about this chapter. And yeah, I don't think I need to spend no more time on it. Sorry, but it averages out. It should have been a 5. The rating should have been a 5-star, but sorry, it just averages out. I can't even bump it to a 4. 3-star rating, calling it a review. I am definitely interested to know your thoughts and opinions, especially on the first bit of the episode, which I spent the most of the review talking about. So like always, guys, I'm asking for your thoughts and opinions. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, but most importantly, take care, have a nice day.